Dude, do you wear shoes inside your house?
No, but I constantly wear hoodies inside my house.
Why do you constantly wear hoodies inside your house?
Because it's comfy, bitch.
In the greatest world, there sits two guys that talk about the greatest things and the most amazing show ever.
Nah, this is just a bad podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Just a Bad Podcast, the show where we have no recurring theme and the topics are made up the night before. I'm your host, Nico, and joined with me, as always, is my awesome co-host, Josh. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Nico?
I'm doing great. Did you hear I almost have the people at JABI Productions convinced to give us our own cooking show?
Do you really?
Yeah, dude. They're debating it right now. Food Fridays is almost a thing.
That's just as badass as Anchor. I'm excited for today.
Me too. And do you know why?
Because I finally got laid this morning.
Wait, what?
Yes, TV and movies. And guess what, Nico?
What's up, Josh?
Who better to talk about all this than the one, the only, Brenna Rhiness? Brenna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty great. It's only a little bit cold in my apartment right now.
Brenna, it's fucking awesome to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Only a little cold?
Only a little cold. It's always cold in the downstairs, but the upstairs is like a sauna, and there's no in between.
Yeah, it's fucking freezing in my house. It's all the snow outside. Like, I have a hoodie on right now, I'm not gonna lie.
I do have a long sleeve shirt on, but it shouldn't really count as a long sleeve shirt.
It's fairly warm in my house right now, so I have sweats on, but I don't have a hoodie on.
Josh, you always have sweats on.
Sweats or a hoodie is always one of the articles of clothing that I have.
That is true. I don't think I've seen you wear something besides sweats, except for like one time.
Hey, I wear sweat shorts. Sweat shorts in the summer and fall. In the spring, it's spring and winter. It's sweats time.
Which is the same thing. It's the same energy.
Well, it's the same energy, but it's not the same thing. Okay. One is shorts and the other are pants.
Brenna, what do you have on right now? Because I got like a hoodie and some jeans. Other than that, my socks and my shoes are missing.
I do have socks on and very holey jeans and a very thin long sleeve shirt.
How do you guys wear jeans at your house?
They're very baggy jeans.
I was up doing stuff earlier.
Fair. I mean, I went to the mall today.
Oh, nice.
In sweats and a hoodie.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, nice. I was at the grocery store buying, some food and everything, trying to figure out how to write the first episode of Food Fridays. But the main thing, there's like this thing that if you're working from home, you get up, take a shower, get dressed and everything, and do everything, you're more productive. And I have found that if I actually get up, take a shower, get ready like I'm going to work, I actually work better than just sitting around like I have been in the last 2 days, just wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. I have to actually get dressed or I know I will not do anything.
Yeah.
Fair. I mean, I kind of have the same routine as you where I wake up and I shower and then I get dressed, but I guess I don't have the same kind of, I have to put real clothes on because I don't classify sweats and hoodies as necessarily real clothes.
That's fair.
But I don't have to put like real clothes on to feel productive. And it's probably because my entire life I've hated jeans and anything that is not athletic wear.
Josh just likes to be comfortable.
Yeah, Josh likes to be comfortable. Not to mention the fact that you're always in sweats.
Literally. If it's the winter time and it's below 50 degrees, it's sweats time. It's the perfect day for sweats.
I don't blame
you.
And
and usually you can get away with sweats and a hoodie. So, yeah. I keep my apparel nice and easy, nice and comfy. Although my roommate bitched at me the other day because I have too many clothes that I don't wear.
Really?
Oh, okay. Here's the plot twist.
It is a plot twist. How'd that happen?
I like clothes. I just only switch out my t-shirts. And that's
That's
about
fair.
it.
Gotta break out the ones at the bottom of the drawer.
I mean, they're in my closet, not in a drawer, but I
Okay.
understand. I get you.
You know what, Josh? I guess I'm just gonna ask Brenna this question since we're the ones that get up and take a shower and actually get dressed. Uh, Brenna, do you ever like just lounge around with your socks and shoes on in your house?
Not shoes. If I don't have to have shoes on, I will not put them on.
Okay, so my one question is, why do people in TVs and movies do this?
Um, I I assume it's like a set thing. Like I don't know if I would want to walk around like a movie set with just my socks on because there's like a bunch of other people around. And it's probably way more convenient, like if they need to go shoot outside, like all of a sudden. It probably just makes sense, like production wise.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, if you're coming over to my house, your shoes are off at the door.
That's how my roommate and I are too. We have a very narrow hallway, and we're like, please no shoes.
Josh.
Yeah, we pretty much always have shoes on in my house. Whether it's moccasins or regular shoes. Literally all the time they're always on.
Why?
I don't know. I always have moccasins on. It became a thing for me my freshman year of college, and I have to have them on. One of my roommates just always has shoes on for some reason. I've asked him about it. It's just something he does. And then the other two are either wearing mocks or one sometimes doesn't wear shoes. But a good 3 out of the 4 are almost always in moccasins or shoes.
That's so weird and interesting. I like never have shoes on.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting to me too. I mean, you see it a lot in like TVs and movies and everything. They like just walk around in shoes and like fully dressed, like they're about to go like run out into the middle of the street at any given second. And they'll just like lay down on the bed and eat a bowl of fucking cereal.
Maybe they got places to be later. I don't know. It really depends on like if it doesn't make sense to the personality of the character, then it can be a little jarring, but if they're like a fairly organized being, then I don't know. I usually don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I think you looked into it more than I have ever done.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think about most things.
I think about most things, but in a very awkward and weird context.
Same here, but I usually just have a million questions at any given time. Um, and I
That's why
just
this
like
podcast
asking
was
people.
started.
Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, like people wearing clothes constantly, even in the showers sometimes. Like, speaking of wearing clothes in the showers, people react to traumatic events in TVs and movies and everything. Why is that like the first thing that they do? Is like just jump in the shower fully on, like fully clothed. Like, you ever notice that? Or
I
like they
mean,
can't speak until they get like a strong drink or something. They're just like shaking like and then they're like they just grab a beer randomly or like whiskey or something, just start downing it.
I have seen that. I don't know if I'm familiar with the fully clothed in the shower thing. Um but yeah, the drinking thing I think is pretty common and it is a little weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. Not like the drinking in the shower thing, I think of like uh what was that? What's her name? Ava Green? Eva Green? Ava Green? In like Casino Royale with like Daniel Craig. There was like he fucking killed a guy, and then she's just in this expensive ass dress, just sitting in the shower, fucking traumatized.
First of all, you can't ruin expensive things like
yeah. I haven't seen a ton of the people wearing clothes in the shower. So
that.
even in the scene you just referenced, I don't think I've seen the movie, and I don't remember it. But like,
You don't
I
like
see
James
more of
Bond?
the alcohol thing. No, I do.
Mhm.
I haven't watched a ton of all of the new movies because it felt more like a money grab than actually producing good James Bond movies.
That's fair. I just haven't seen a lot of James Bond movies. I'm more of a Mission Impossible person. I was trying to think of an instance where they did that.
Ooh.
I can't think of one right off the top of my head. There definitely is a scene or two where they do that, but I just can't think of one.
I think maybe in like the second or the third one.
Probably. I have seen them all.
Have you really?
I have, yeah. I've seen all. What is there, like 6 now? I've seen all 6.
There's a bunch of them.
There
I
is
have
like
not.
a bunch of them. You should watch all of them, Josh. They get kind of insane, but I feel like
I watched
Mission
the early
Impossible-
ones.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Me and my family were really big fans of Mission Impossible, like in my childhood, and then as they kept making movies, the last 10 years, I have fallen off on watching them. I think the last one I watched was Ghost Protocol.
That's the best one. That's the 4th one. Ghost
It was
Protocol,
pretty
the
good.
best one.
It was pretty good.
That one's my favorite. Mostly because I have questions about like how strong Jeremy Renner's pants were when they were like hoisting him out the window. That's what I have questions about in films. Like, how strong is clothing until it's not convenient?
It can be as strong as you want because it's a TV show or a movie, and you can make that piece of clothing hang on forever, or you can make it cut as soon as possible and kill the character off.
That's fair. Like, all
Although
those
I do-
people should be dead.
Facts. I did like Jeremy Renner's character in Mission Impossible, though.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Yeah, he did.
I just like him. Jeremy Renner is a really good actor,
Mhm.
and I didn't know he sang as well.
I didn't know he sang as well. Honestly, the first time I ever saw him in anything, he was the bad guy. So that was kind of badass.
What movie?
SWAT. It was
Oh
like,
yeah, he is the bad guy in that.
yeah, he is the
I've
bad
seen
guy in
pieces
that.
of that.
Oh, I forgot about that whole movie. I haven't seen it in 10 years.
Yeah, he was big in SWAT. He was in the Hurt Locker too.
He was in the Hurt. Don't bring up
Yeah.
the fucking Hurt Locker. We do not bring up
Yeah,
the Hurt
that's
Locker on this podcast.
It's a sensitive topic with Nico.
It is
Okay.
a very
I
sensitive
I found that
topic
out
with
last
me.
week. It's okay.
I just remember it because it's the only Oscar winning. It was like the one woman who has won an Oscar for directing won for that film.
Brenna,
Okay, and that is all.
I was like, I don't know if you can see the anger on his face right now.
Oh my god, don't make me get started on the fucking Hurt Locker. Oh,
Okay.
we have time, but
I will
we
not.
don't. Whew.
Yeah, we don't have time.
We do have time. It's like a 10-minute rant, but we don't have time. I don't want to get into it. Basically,
Maybe a
I'm
different
just,
one. Maybe a different one.
yeah. I'm just gonna go back to the whole Mission Impossible thing and just be like, yeah. So, Mission Impossible, I feel like has kind of gotten out there like the Fast and the Furious franchise.
What do you mean by out there? Like they're just getting away from what they meant to or what they wanted the franchise to be, like when they started? Or are you just thinking
it's
they're
just
just
like
going
crazy.
off the fucking cuff?
Kind of like that.
Okay.
And mostly because like you see the first one and the second one, it's like, okay, these are kind of realistic type deals. And then like the last one, they're flying a fucking helicopter through the mountains. It's crashing. There's this giant fight scene on the cliff, like the edge of a cliff. And it's like a nuclear melt. Like there's so many crazy shit that happens in Mission Impossible.
If there's not a nuclear meltdown, is it even a Mission Impossible film? There's
I
at
guess
least
that's a fair
3 or
point.
4 of them that hinge on possible nuclear destruction.
But the Fast and Furious movies, I agree with you that they are completely off the cuff, but I stopped watching them after Paul Walker died. The franchise died with Paul Walker.
I haven't seen very many of them, so I don't really know.
They're not worth it after Paul Walker dies. Like, because they just absolutely ruined the fucking franchise. It's not about the cars anymore. Fucking John Cena, I think, is in the new Fast and Furious.
They're putting him in
John
that
Cena.
redo of the Suicide Squad too.
DC movies.
That's fair. I've been trying to
Plus
educate myself a little bit, but it's hard.
The first Suicide Squad was meh.
Yeah, it was not that good.
Yeah, it had some cool premises, but they really, really
No follow through.
dropped the ball.
Are they coming out with the second one?
Yeah.
It's not a second one. It's like a.
Yeah.
It's like a
They're
sort of
redoing
reboot. Yeah.
It's called The Suicide Squad now. Not Suicide Squad. The
Suicide Squad. That's fucking retarded.
That was it. Yeah.
It will be directed by James Gunn, though.
It's the only thing that's going to make it possibly good.
Yeah. There was also a lot of mixed reviews on Birds of Prey, but I really liked it.
Didn't watch it.
I
want
it.
to. I just didn't want to rent it.
That's fair.
And I haven't gotten around to it yet.
I've already seen it twice. That's how much I liked it, is I watched it twice.
I really like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah.
She's way better in that than she was in Suicide Squad.
Good, because I felt like she was a little shaky in Suicide Squad, but it definitely was the writing.
Yeah, she was written by a man.
That makes a lot of sense. That
that's
explains the
whole
one
rant.
scene of her like bending down and all the dudes checking her out.
Exactly. That is my whole 10-minute rant, Nico, is that whole thing.
That whole thing.
It's probably a 45-minute rant though.
Oh, dude. You know, we really, really got way off topic there because we were talking about the shower of angst right there.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. They definitely did that in Mr. Robot, but he wasn't fully clothed. He was just like dealing with the fact that he had just committed murder. And so, you get all the close-up shots of all the blood dripping off of him, and he's like, but that's how he deals with the fact that he just killed a man, is he just takes a shower.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's when you're dealing with like overwhelming feelings, you have to take a shower. Sometimes the vast majority of the time that you do it, it's either a female lead character and they have to be fully clothed.
Did you guys watch The Way Back with Batman, Ben Affleck?
No.
It was really good. It's about a basketball coach who struggles with alcoholism, but they take these traumatic events or overwhelming feelings in the shower to a whole new level. Because he's an alcoholic, anytime he has he's feeling overwhelmed or there's some sort of what you could call traumatic event with quotation marks around that, he literally gets in the shower and starts drinking a beer every time something happens.
Who hasn't
I
drank
did see
a
the
beer in the
trailer.
shower?
No, I know, but literally they use the traumatic event in the shower. That's how they show it. He doesn't have his clothes on, but he's always drinking a beer in the shower to like show that he's overwhelmed or.
And that's used to like they're using it to further the story though, so that makes sense. If you use it to further the story, that's fine.
Can we just talk about the fact that you said with Batman and you were referring to Ben Affleck in this?
He was one of the Batmans. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would not consider him the Batman.
Yeah, he's not the Batman, but I couldn't remember his name, and that was the biggest movie that I had seen him in. And then I said it, and I remembered his name.
Dude, there's like a lot of movies he's played in too.
Yeah, but I don't watch a ton of Ben Affleck movies. The Accountant, would you have been happy if I said The Accountant?
I would have been.
The Accountant was so good.
If you said The Accountant.
I'm sorry. The Accountant wasn't the first movie that popped into my head that he was in. Spider-Man vs. Superman was. Or Batman vs. Superman. I don't know why I said Spider-Man. I really want to see the new Spider-Man, though. Spider-Man 3. Fucking pumped for it.
Oh, my God.
But
as soon
Batman
as they actually confirm Charlie Cox, I will be first in line.
As soon as they confirm Donnell Rawlings is in it, I'll be pumped.
Oh, God.
Do you guys not see that headline? Maybe it was just on my Instagram. But Donnell Rawlings, he's a comedian. He's in talks to reprise his role as, hey, that guy stole his pizza. That's his only line.
Really?
Amazing.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's the only
it popped up
line.
it popped up on my Instagram yesterday, and I was like, "This is the most dumb news that I've ever seen," but it's so funny at the same time.
That's
Like, it's
hilarious.
so irrelevant that I almost wet myself laughing when I saw the post.
Oh God.
Oh man. See, my feed is all the like Daredevil is in talks to return and blah blah because that's what my feed knows that I care about. And let me tell you, I did look at every single one and I'm like, y'all better confirm or I'm not going to see this. I will throw hands if you lied to me.
Oh my God. Have you seen The Boys?
Yes,
So
all the way
good.
through. So good.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Now
Did you
that's
watch
a
it
show.
all the way through?
Yes.
Me?
No. Yes, you, Nico.
No, not all the way through. I still got like 1 episode, 2 episodes. So don't
Ooh,
ruin anything
it's
for me.
so good.
Don't ruin anything.
I know, that's
for
why
me.
I asked. I asked because
Yeah.
I could feel the conversation shifting towards The Boys, and me and Brenna had both seen it, and I didn't want us to ruin it for you because it's
Exactly.
so good.
Dude, I just found
Yeah.
out about this like this past weekend. So
I'm trying to get my dad on it
Mm.
because I think my dad would love it
it's
because he
fucking
likes Game of Thrones
awesome.
and that kind of gory TV shows. I was like,
That's
you
fair.
would love this show. You can't watch it with mom though. Something she
I
would
told
not
my
enjoy.
dad that kind of stuff too. I'm like, you could watch this, but only by yourself. Mom would not
Yeah.
like it.
Like, mom would not like. She would last maybe 5 minutes through the first episode.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
she wouldn't even make it that far. Because
Yeah, it gets
isn't
pretty gross pretty fast.
isn't like the opening scene somebody's face getting ripped off?
I thought it was
yeah,
him holding her hands
no,
after she gets.
Yeah, that happens later, but like the opening scene is the dude throws the guy like fucking high as shit in the air and then he ends up
That's what it is.
fucking landing on a car or something.
Oh, that's right.
And gets fucked up, and that's what. It was the introduction. I went, oh, so they're not even wasting any time, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I went, oh, it's that kind of show.
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
no, wait. Before all that, she like stood in front of the truck and then the whole thing like crashed and then they jump out all bloodied the fuck up and everything. So,
Mm.
but yeah,
show,
like the dude running through the girl and him just sitting there holding her hands. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the part where I went, oh, God.
I was like, what type of fucking superhero show is this?
Yeah.
The best kind.
I went into it thinking it was going to be like a superhero show too, not a corrupt superhero show where we do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah. I knew it was super effed up going in, but I did not know the capacity.
I had heard that it was fucked up. I didn't know that it was that fucked up.
Well,
Mhm.
you guys know who created the show, right?
No.
Eric Kripke? I forget what his name is. He was also the series creator of Supernatural.
Didn't
Okay.
watch
I was never
Supernatural.
really into Supernatural.
Oh my
I never
god.
watched it.
Yeah,
I was
fif-
into the other two really big Tumblr shows.
absolutely horrible.
Doctor Who before Matt Smith left, and Sherlock. That's what I was really into.
Oh.
Didn't watch any of those either.
Yeah. I rewatched an episode of Doctor Who the other day, one to get nostalgic over, and I was like, wow, this looks terrible now, but it's still a great show. It does not age well, though.
I heard you cried.
Not a,
Yeah, it still gets me. Even after all these years, it's just a sad episode. Even though what's going on is so ridiculous. I'm like, they're separated forever, and that's just horrible to me. Can't handle it. I'm too sensitive.
Speaking of being separated and like breakups and losing love and shit, why do people end up remaining really close friends after breaking up?
the perfect show for this. How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. This also happened in Friends. This also happened
Yeah, but that show
in,
sucks.
I believe, Cheers, Boy Meets World. Wait, did it happen in Boy Meets World? I forget. It happens in like almost
I'm not
every
sure.
sitcom you can possibly think of.
The Office.
Yeah.
The Office,
New Girl. Yeah.
New Girl.
New Girl's a big culprit, actually.
Facts. But I love New Girl.
I know, it's so funny.
It's so good.
Oh, man.
That 70s show.
that 70s show. But hey, they at the very, very end, wait, have you seen the whole thing through?
Of that 70s show?
Yeah.
About 20 times.
Okay, yeah. So at the very, very end, he comes back and they kiss and shit. So
Yeah, on the hood of his car.
yeah. So he gets the girl
How
As it
romantic.
turns to the 80s.
as it turns to the 80s.
I love that show.
It happened in Community.
I was going to say Community as well, and that's where it kind of bugs me a lot, is mostly Britta's character.
You hated Britta's
Britta
character?
pisses me off.
I hate Britta so
I have a
much.
love-hate relationship with Britta.
She's funny when she screws up, but they just make her dumber as the seasons go on, and I just hate it.
That's
a
true.
fair point.
That's
I did
fair.
hate Britta as the show wore on.
Yeah. And
I
do,
absolutely
and the
hated
thing
her in
is,
season 6.
I'm not that far yet. I just started season 5, but she's
Oh, that's
really right. I
I
really
couldn't
don't
make
like
it
her.
through season 6. I watched the first 2 episodes and said, nope, this is all that I get to watch of Community.
I finished the
That's
whole
fair.
thing. Honestly, I'm ready for the movie.
Oh goodness, Cougar Town, 6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a
Oh,
movie.
goodness.
They can make it. They talked about it. They can make it happen. The problem is Donald Glover and his busy schedule.
That's fair. He's doing bigger and better things now.
He is.
A lot bigger
Yeah.
and better things.
Yeah. But then also, like, Annie's character. I think I hate Annie's character so much just because I see so much of myself in her. And I'm like, God, am I really like that?
I like Annie. I didn't like her a ton at first, though. She kind of had to
Yeah.
grow on me.
She
Like,
does
yeah.
kind of
third
have to grow
season-
on you.
3rd season, almost like perfect Annie.
Oh, when
Abed
she...
and Troy.
I just want a friendship like theirs.
I
Yeah.
would love a friendship like theirs.
It's
That's totally fair.
so special. So
It is so special. I cannot tell you how many times I'm just alone in my house and I just go to myself, Troy and Abed in the morning, all the time.
I do it all the time too. Try and not bed in the morning.
It's
What's
so
worse for
good.
me is
there are no...
when people say cool, I'm like, cool.
Don't. I do it too.
Don't
So
get
bad.
don't get us started.
Don't get us started here, Nico.
Because it's 2 different shows that do that. Community and Brooklyn Nine-Nine both do that.
Oh yeah.
Which one did it
Cool, cool,
first
cool,
though?
cool.
Which one came out first?
I don't know.
Because I don't know either. And I started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine first,
Me too.
and then I got to Community, and they did it, and I was like, did they steal this from fucking Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I
and
don't
then I
know.
Or did Community, or did Brooklyn Nine-Nine steal it from Community?
Somebody
the
stole it
whole
from somebody.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I can't
Because
even do it that
Abed says
fast.
it on Community, and then Peralta does it on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Just so you guys know, this is actually a heavily debated thing on Reddit.
Is it really?
Oh,
Yeah, they're like,
good to know.
they're like, is Jake's cool a reference to Community, or is it the other way around?
Maybe it came out the same year. I thought Community was older, though.
Um,
Oh.
I think it was Community.
Community
first,
started. Community started in 2009, September
Mhm.
17th, 2009. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, September 17th, 2013.
though. Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
I was gonna say, I think Community's older.
So,
yeah, and I'm pretty
one,
sure.
they dropped on the exact same day, 4 years apart.
That can't be a coincidence.
Is that why they did it?
Uh,
Is it a callback
could
to
be.
Community?
Might
possibly.
be.
Not only to mention that, but Jake did it in season 3. So, it was definitely
He
like in
also
2015.
adds normally the no doubt at the end of it, so they do mix it up a little, but it is similar.
My favorite is Toit. The way he says Toit and nice.
I like
Noise.
Smort.
Noise.
Smoit.
Smort.
I just love Jake Peralta.
Oh, he's
Oh my
so
God.
funny.
They're the best. Him and Amy.
No,
Yeah,
Terry.
that's like
Captain Holt.
Captain Holt is low-key the best character in the show.
Low-key
He's
the best
so
character.
he's hilarious. His delivery is always the best.
Perfect. And Charles, just the show wouldn't be the same without Charles.
Exactly. I love the part. One of my favorite episodes is when he tries to do the food truck with Amy and Gina.
And they're racing to the spot late at night.
Yeah.
Get the
fuck out of my way, you bastard!
I just like it when he's like, "Do I look like Jake to you?" And she's like, "No." And he's like, "Then why are you trying to screw me right now?"
Oh,
Gets me every time.
Charles,
So funny.
he is something else.
Mm.
He
I want-
literally helps make the show.
Yeah.
The show wouldn't, without Holt and Charles, I don't know if the show would be as successful.
Yeah.
Like, those two characters are vital to the show's success.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think it would be the same if it was different actors.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
Well, plus the Andre, his name's Andre Bauer, who plays Holt. He comes from a theater background. So that's why his delivery is usually like really sharp and really just like to the point, because he comes from a theater background.
That's
That makes
beautiful.
sense. And yes, you said his name right.
Okay.
Andre Brower.
Okay. Normally
Unless
I was like trying to picture the intro in my head.
I'm pretty sure Andre Bauer is it Bauer?
No, it's Brower.
Brower. There's an R.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Andre Brower actually plays the woodchuck in BoJack Horseman too.
He does. He does actually. I googled it because I was like, "That's Captain Holt."
I was gonna Google it, but she beat me to it because she had seen the show.
I already knew.
Oh my God.
I've seen all 6 seasons of BoJack Horseman. It's so good. I didn't like the first 3 episodes, but I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, I'll just do one more, and then that'll be the deciding factor. And then I couldn't stop watching it. I was addicted.
For me, it was I think the first 6. It was at the point where they were going home to Diane's, right after her father died. I think of that episode where they were traveling to her house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's what finally got
that's
me.
a lot later in the show. Yeah. It's the episode. It's funny because you think the show is comedy, and it mostly is, but it's also really depressing.
It's really dark and depressing. Holy shit, I wasn't
It's
expecting
so dark. Like those scenes when Diane is trying to get rid of that big media exec guy or whatnot, and he's assaulted all these women, and she's got proof, but none of them will step forward, and they all keep getting paid off. That part really got to me. I was like, this is making me very upset.
Yeah, the one thing I think I love about BoJack Horseman though is the consistency through that, or the continuality.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it kind of, the whole show is people don't really ever change unless they really work at it. And I think that's why BoJack screws up the whole time, because he can't ever change.
No. Plus, the D is missing from Hollywood, so they call it Hollywoo.
Hollywood stars and celebrities. What do they know? Do they know things? Let's find out. I don't know why I know that right off the top of my head.
I don't know why you know that off the top of your head either.
I remember the stupidest things.
Oh man. Yeah, like I
Josh.
said,
I,
I'm only watching BoJack Horseman. It was crazy to see Aaron Paul though, like in the character that he's playing. That's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely nuts. Jesse from Breaking
Yeah.
Bad playing an asexual
Mm-hmm.
slacker.
Yeah.
And
That was really powerful to me, that whole arc.
and he's doing it so well.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's based on, that was all real to him.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a huge proponent of doing that with Todd. And so it was really special to the community, and plus it didn't just like magically go away afterward. So that was also really special.
Yeah. Like I said, I love their continuality.
Mhm. Yeah, they never forget anything. They would call back to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, like I think that's the one reason why I love this is because with most animated sitcom or like well animated shows or adult animation, you don't see that continuality like a lot like that. It and a lot of the times in sitcoms too, it's just a mismatch of jumble things and yeah, there's like this overlying arc and this overall story, but it's some episodes they don't like they just get completely away from that and that's
Mhm.
what BoJack Horseman doesn't do. So,
Yeah. Yeah. The second to last episode, The View from Halfway Down, every time I watch it, I get like chills. When like Secretariat reads the poem, I like every time I watch it, like I get chills.
why do you know the exact name of the episode?
Because okay, I
it was nominated,
I
Josh.
it was nominated for stuff, but
Means
also I did a
nothing.
blog post on it for Venter's
Oh, okay.
class for one of our
That
classes.
makes
I
sense.
did a whole analysis on it. So yeah,
That
I'm
makes sense.
that big of a nerd.
Because I have certain episodes from shows that I absolutely love, and I know where they're at in the show. No idea what the actual name is, and you just basically like read the title off, just out of
Yeah.
your head, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why do you know
Well,
that?"
my favorite episode of Daredevil was season 1, episode 12, Nelson versus Murdoch. I also know that right off the top of my head, which is disgusting.
Why?
I remember dumb things, Josh. That's why.
You don't have to even memorize the title of the episode if you know what episode it is. You literally gave us
know.
season 1, episode 12, and then the title.
Yeah.
You don't need all 3 of those.
I know. I don't know why I remember it. The choreography is really good.
I mean, I respect that. You know, something that keeps getting put on my social media timelines? The
What's that?
drop in like the wow factor in lightsaber battles in Star Wars. Like how they used to be really, really dope in the video game and in movies, and now
Mhm.
they're so boring and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no pizzazz. Where's the flavor?
Right? Like the best part of those lightsabers, like the one that sticks out, Obi-Wan versus Anakin or Darth Vader at that point. Like it's one of the coolest lightsaber fights, and their hands are going the fucking all the time.
Yeah.
The choreography probably was incredibly difficult to learn for the fight, but I just feel like that's what it's missing. The franchise is missing.
Yeah, and plus it's such a like an emotional scene as well. So I think that also hinges on it because I noticed that some of my favorite like choreography is when it's like, it's obviously gotten personal, so it's very like it gets messy a lot and things like that. That's what I like.
See, that's fair. I do really like. That's a good point. I think the emotion does make the scene a little bit stronger and the fight cooler because I mean, even now when I watch it and I've seen the movie 15 times, I'm emotionally invested in that fight because I know it's at stake. So I guess that's a good point. The other one is episode 1, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul. I love that fight and the choreography too.
Yeah, that movie continually pisses my dad off because he loves Darth Maul, and he's like, and they just push him in a hole and just get rid of him. It's so lazy. It's the laziest writing, Brenna. That's what he tells me. He's like, it's so lazy. They're just trying to get rid of him. I'm like,
Tell
I
him
know,
to
they're
watch
just
the
so
Clone
powerful.
Wars.
I know.
It
I
was
should.
a little bit.
Yeah, it was lazy writing.
You should tell him to watch the Clone Wars.
I should. He's not a big animation person, so it's hard to get him.
Well,
to
if he
watch
wants to
anything
see
animated.
Darth Maul alive again, that's where he has to go.
I'll tell him that. Yeah, I think he met him. My dad, back in 2004. My dad was at a Star Wars convention in Germany.
That's dope.
Because that's where we were living at the time. And he met the guy who played Darth Maul, and they were so excited to meet my dad and his friends. They're all airmen, because they were like, yes, people who speak English. So they were pretty stoked about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nico,
And that's all I got there.
What's up?
why do people never laugh at each other's jokes in TV shows or movies?
You know, that's a huge question that I always have. Like, we see this a lot too. I think Friends and How I Met Your Mother were horrible at this. And it was just like there was some funny shit, like absolutely like you had to stop and like what like just like laugh it out because that little extra like pause that they do for the laugh wasn't long enough. And yeah, there was nobody on screen. Everybody just had this like dead serious face.
I feel that. I feel like The Office is a really bad culprit of this as well. Because they have some tremendous jokes built into that show. And nobody ever laughs. And I'm sitting on my couch fucking howling because I'm laughing so loud. And it pisses me off. And the other thing that pisses me off is when nobody laughs, but they insert the laugh track to cue you to laugh. I'm like, motherfuckers, just make the people laugh and I will laugh too.
Oh my God, Parks and Rec also did that too.
Yes,
King of Queens did that too. I don't know if any of you guys have seen King of Queens.
I have not. I've watched pieces of it, but
same here.
Not
I
very,
think I've seen like an episode or two.
Mm-hmm.
The early episodes are effing hilarious. I just watched the Thanksgiving episode again, where like Carrie like goes in the house and she like slams the door and Doug's like screaming. He's like, "I was gonna tell you that I love you, dumbass." It gets me every time.
Have you ever yelled that at somebody?
Probably.
Because I know I definitely have.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was going to be like really nice and give somebody a compliment and they hit me with sarcasm. I'm like, fuck you. I was going to tell you I love you.
Yeah, I've definitely done the, I was going to tell you that you look cute, dumbass. And they're like, well, now it feels like a backhanded compliment. And then I go, good.
No, but I have been in fights and I'm like, they're like, why do you fucking care so much? And I'm like, because I fucking love you, you idiot. And yeah, that's pretty much how that ends.
Those lines are very realistic though to me when they're like saying dumb stuff. But yeah, then I laugh at my own jokes a lot. So even characters not laughing at their own jokes when they know they're about to like nail it, like Chandler on Friends. He is the funniest character and nobody can convince me otherwise. I would laugh if I came up with half the shit he says. I would laugh at my own jokes all the time.
It's the most unfunny show of all time.
What? Not Friends. Even the.
I hate Friends.
I know you have beef with Friends.
With a burning passion. It's the least funny sitcom of all time.
I don't care for it. Okay, I've seen the whole thing through. I'm not going to lie. I saw the whole thing through just so I can say I saw the whole thing through and actually give my fair assessment. Be like, oh yeah, I quit watching after. No, I made it through the end. Just because I feel like if I'm ever going to talk about something, make sure I watch the fucking thing. And this is where I can fairly say it's fine to see it once through. I wouldn't want to watch it on repeat. I don't see the obsession with these people watching it on repeat constantly.
I don't either. I'm not joking when I told you I laughed 0 times while watching the show.
Really, not even the part where Joey doesn't share food and he knocks the whole plate on. That kills me every time I watch it.
I laughed.
I love that episode.
I smirked at that, but I didn't laugh.
That's fair. I have a hard time watching the show because I hate Ross so much. I don't like him. Yeah, he's a manipulative asshole, and that's also a 30-minute rant. He is the worst.
I mean, the man's most famous line is, "We were on a break."
Exactly.
See, here's the thing. He is an asshole. Like, what's his name from Community? Jeff, was it?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
see,
and that's why I had a hard time with Jeff when I first started watching it.
but see,
I like
with
Jeff.
Community, Jeff literally admits, yeah, he's a manipulative asshole. He know, he's
Exactly.
like,
At
I'm a
least he
lawyer.
admits it.
I'm a
Mhm.
lawyer. That's what I do for a living. I'm fucking manipulative. He's like that's literally he's like I'm just looking out for myself. I'm narcissistic, blah blah blah. Like he knows all of this. Ross, my biggest problem with it is he goes on with this whole rant of like he's the good guy.
Yeah, he's got nice guy energy.
Yeah, and that's like what pisses me off. And
I
that's
like
why
Joey,
I just Joey's fucking
Joey's
funny.
funny.
You know, Joey got his own spin-off after Friends ended.
Yeah,
No,
it didn't
but
do
Joey's
well,
the only
though.
one who deserves a spinoff.
Oh my god.
He was the most entertaining character in the show, and that's just facts.
Yes.
Yeah, when the scene where he gets in the entertainment center and then that guy robs his apartment. Oh, so funny.
I don't even remember what scene you're talking about.
And then Chandler has to let him out, and he's like, "Where's all our stuff?" And he's like, "The guy asked me if I would get in here to see if I could. He bet me that I couldn't fit in here, and I was like, it's that spacious. I could fit in there." And then he locked me in and stole all our stuff.
I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
Oh, in the
God.
TV cabinet?
Mhm.
Or like okay, I get that. I got you now.
Yeah, I do like Joey.
I like Rachel. But only I like the actual person who plays Rachel. Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah,
Mm,
I do like Jennifer Aniston.
You
love
don't
her.
like the character
Love
Rachel?
her. I'm not too big on her, no. She's way too bitchy for me. High maintenance.
So bitchy. The whole show too. She like doesn't grow.
Yeah.
I mean, she grows
There's
a
really
little
no
bit.
growing in the show. There's no character growth, really.
I think the only character growth was between Monica and Chandler, and that was about it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's literally it.
And there
And
was
Chandler-
like a slight little bit of growth with Rachel because she became from like this little spoiled brat with give me everything to I kind of want something, so I'm gonna try for it. Ross just I don't even know what to say. But the biggest thing I think we should mention is Joey and Phoebe didn't change in any way, shape, or form. Ever.
No. They really should have been a couple on that show for at least a little bit. Should
Yes.
have tried it.
They missed some opportunities with romances as well. Like I would be okay without Ross and Rachel dating for Phoebe and Joey. I feel like it would have made the show better.
Yeah. Oh, the whole Ross Rachel thing. I hate that arc. It's just so stupid.
Also, we couldn't have made Ross. We couldn't have given him like a cooler profession.
No.
Like I
He works
understand
with
it's kinda cool.
dinosaurs.
No, he kind of works with dinosaurs. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but it's also like meh.
Yeah, it just like I don't know. It didn't make sense with Rachel's character. Like I don't know. Even her going for him at all was weird.
That's valid.
Because I go back and I watch the show now and I go, oh, she's like way too good for him. Like he's
Yeah.
getting the most out of anything here.
Yeah, like obviously.
Also, who the fuck doesn't lock their doors in New York City?
Valid point. Valid point.
Valid point.
And Ross was divorced 3 times. Let's not forget that. And he never
Was it
spent
really
time with
3
his
times?
kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that little
That's
whichever
true.
Sprouse twin played him never spent time with him.
Oh yeah, it was one of the Sprouts.
Yeah.
Sprouses.
It was.
Forgot about them. Forgot that they were alive when that show came out.
Yeah. Yeah. Very small.
They're not that old.
No, I know, but they're not like much older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are they older than me? Am I old?
They're 28. They're 28. That's
I'm
literally my oldest brother's age. So, like, I've never. It takes me a second to realize that they're 28 because I remember them when they were 13.
Oh my god, I'm older than them.
I thought you were 28.
I am. I'm like days older than them. Oh my god.
I hate you, Nico. I hate you.
You were thinking years?
Yeah, I was like, you're not older than them. You guys
No,
are the
no,
same
no.
age.
I was born in July. They were born in August.
Oh my god, you're
Oh.
a month older.
No, actually, I was born on the 31st of July, so the very last day. They were born on the 4th of August. So, literally 4
literally
days.
what, like 4 days?
4 days.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
But see,
Oh,
here's the sad part. They're like they're my age and they're so accomplished. And what am I doing with my life? Sitting on a
myself that every
podcast
day.
talking shit about them.
Nico, I have this thought 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, I'm 21 now, when I was 18 and guys who were also 18 were getting drafted into the NBA. And I was like, wow, what the fuck am I doing with my life? At
True.
18, they are multimillionaires, and I barely have $1,000 in my bank account.
Whoop, whoop.
Fair.
Oh gosh.
It's unfortunate that people the same age can be so goddamn successful at the same age as you. It makes you feel
Mhm.
horrible about yourself.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. We have a lot more tropes to still go over. So, Brenna, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you come back next week as we finish up this episode.
Yeah, no problem, man. I always got shit to talk about, especially with tropes.
Yeah,
Ain't that the truth?
that is the truth. Thank you for tuning in to Just a Bad Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Nico, and join with me is my amazing co-host, Josh.
Goodbye,
right.
everybody.
We'll see you next week.